Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Several things, several stories every single day here together. Even during the World Cup, there is movement, there is news, and so we jump into it together, restarting with all the very latest. And we have to restart from the breaking news of the last evening. Sandro Tonali to Tottenham Hotspur. Everything is 100% confirmed. Sandro Tonali will be today set to travel to London together with his agents for medical tests and contract signing. So today will be Sandro Tonali day at Tottenham Hotspur. Yesterday, Matheus Fernandes traveled to London for a medical test, all completed. Remember that Tottenham will invest for Matheus Fernandes £85 million, and today Sandro Tonali and his agents will be in London to complete a £92.5 million guaranteed fee move plus £7.5 million, so £100 million for Sandro Tonali. Player in London, and here we go. 100% confirmed. Talking about midfielders, guys, we have to mention a couple of things to clarify some situations, not only a midfielder in general, but also midfielders. One name I want to mention today and I want to bring to the table is Morten Hjulmand. Morten Hjulmand from Sporting is one of the most appreciated midfielders around Europe, and now Atletico Madrid are really pushing to get a deal done with Sporting. They have an agreement in principle. Atletico Madrid, agents of the player and player himself, because Morten Hjulmand is keen on a move to La Liga. There was also interest from Premier League, from Serie A, but Atletico Madrid are pushing to anticipate all the clubs and to go for Morten Hjulmand. So, work in progress on this one. Athletic could add one more player to the squad after Alejandro Grimaldo and the negotiations for Kangin Lee from Paris Saint-Germain. And then talking about midfielders, many questions about Eduardo Camavinga situation. New reports coming from Spain about Manchester City. Many stories always about Camavinga. We started the market on Camavinga and Man United, then we had Camavinga and Juventus, then we had Camavinga and Inter, now we have Camavinga and Man City. Let me clarify one thing. Eduardo Camavinga has a very clear intention, and he communicated that to his agents. He wants to stay at Real Madrid. He wants to play for Real Madrid. He wants to be part of Real Madrid's squad next season. He doesn't want to leave Real Madrid after a bad season. He's still very young. He feels he can have a future, a career at Real Madrid. So Eduardo Camavinga doesn't want to leave the club. Eduardo Camavinga believes he's been unlucky last season because obviously it's been poor. He understands that was not at Real Madrid level, but at the same time, the red card in Munich, some bad moments in La Liga, the injury, and so not going to the World Cup. So in several things, Eduardo Camavinga had problems. But Camavinga wants to stay, wants to fight for his place, and wants to try to convince Jose Mourinho. Then, the reality is that Real Madrid would be open to selling Camavinga. So if Real Madrid receive a proposal, Real Madrid open doors to the exit of Camavinga. But the point is that the player doesn't want to go. So there are two ways here. Or Camavinga ends up staying, fighting for his place and trying to convince Mourinho, or Real Madrid decided to go to Camavinga and say, okay, find a new club because we don't want you here. At the moment, this second option has not happened. So Real Madrid didn't go to Camavinga to tell him you have to leave. So let's see what's going to happen there. At the moment on Manchester City, I don't have a confirmation about any proposal or any advanced negotiation. It's just something that Manchester City know that Real Madrid could open doors to the exit of Camavinga, and Manchester City are opening to the possibility of signing one more midfielder after Elliot Anderson. But at the moment, that's the situation around Camavinga. Depends on the player. We have to understand if Camavinga at some point of the window, there are 8 weeks of summer transfer window, if Camavinga at some point decides to go and decides to open doors or not. So, on Real Madrid, something else to mention today, guys. Many questions, once again, on Alessandro Bastoni. It's true that Real Madrid are signing Bastoni. It's true that Real Madrid are close to Bastoni. It's true that Bastoni is the top target for Real Madrid. On this one, guys, I told you 2 days ago, I can repeat today. I know there are fresh rumors, but from what I told, first of all, Real Madrid wants to focus now on exits. So Real Madrid are not just adding players on players on players. They already signed many players. So they need exits. Raúl Asensio is one of the players who could leave. But at the moment, also in this case, the player hopes to stay. So it has to be a good proposal. Otherwise, the Asensio situation depends on bids. And then for Alessandro Bastoni, the appreciation is obvious for one of the best defenders in the world. But in this moment between Real Madrid and Inter, there has been zero contacts. Zero negotiations, zero bids. So nothing happening right now between Bastoni and Real Madrid. If Real Madrid arrive, I will come here to the channel and I will update you. But at the moment, Real Madrid have not reached out for Alessandro Bastoni. That's the status of the story. Then, as we are talking about Real Madrid, I keep receiving questions on Michael Olise's situation. There are reports from Germany, several stories also on Florentino Perez. They were at an event today, Florentino Perez and the president of Bayern. Someone told Florentino, sign Olise, sign Olise. Florentino was smiling and then said something to the Bayern president. The reality, guys, is that apart from these funny moments, these normal moments between human beings, not just the president of Real Madrid or the president of Bayern, the reality is that I always told you the obsession and the favorite player of Florentino Perez in terms of potential signings is Michael Olise. The player wanted by Florentino Perez ideally for Real Madrid is and remains Michael Olise. Then Bayern have no intention to sell. Bayern want to keep Olise, Bayern want to offer Olise a new contract. So that's the point, that Bayern want to continue with Olise. But Real Madrid have never stopped thinking about Michael Olise. The real Galactico in Florentino Perez's mind was Olise and not any other player, not even Julian Alvarez. The number one of the list was Michael Olise. Now, depends on what happens with Bayern, depends on what happens with the player. At the moment, Bayern keep insisting on their desire to keep the player, but obviously, in any case, I will keep you posted on absolutely everything. But there is no doubt about Florentino Perez considering Olise a superstar, a player he would love to bring to Real Madrid. But again, we have to respect Bayern on this. Two more stories for today, guys. One is about Jurgen Klopp. I told you in a video 24 hours ago, Jurgen Klopp is a concrete candidate to become the new head coach of the German national team, and I maintain my information. Now the news is everywhere, but I maintain that Jurgen Klopp would be open to taking the job as new German head coach. So if the federation decided to sack Julian Nagelsmann and not to part ways, because Nagelsmann wants to stay, if the federation decide for him to go, if the federation decide to fire Nagelsmann, in that case, the name of Jurgen Klopp would be the main name in mind to become the next head coach of the German national team, Nations League, Euros and Mission World Cup 2030. And then out of Germany, coming to England, one more, here we go, Basumana Touré. This winger, 21 years old, coming from Hoffenheim, interesting player, Ivorian, who is joining Newcastle. Deal done for £42 million. This is the transfer fee. Deal agreed with the agents of the player, deal agreed with Hoffenheim, and so new winger is coming to Newcastle. They reinvest the money. They sold Anthony Gordon, they sold Sandro Tonali, and they reinvest on Basumana Touré. On these guys and much more, let me know, as always, your opinion here in the comments. Remember, guys, to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, to subscribe to the channel every single day. We are here together on keep you posted on absolutely everything. And so I will see you in the next days. Let me know your opinion on all these topics here in the comments. Thank you. See you soon. Ciao.